I definitely feel management is a marriage. It's a commitment to someone's art, to someone's life, to someone's livelihood too, whether big artists, small artists, or whatever that looks like. I would say my takeaway of what I want my artists to feel is safe, heard, and advocated for and protected. My name is Adriana Arce, and an artist manager. Miami is a wild and sexy city, but it's beautiful. I started singing when I was about 8 years old. And by the time I was 11, my mom and I were running all over the US for tournaments and performances. I laugh and I make a joke out of it at this point, but I was like, hey, I was a local little Miami pop star. I remember maybe I was in middle school at this point. I had a drama teacher, and she told me her ex-husband had wrote the song like, "You Can Ring My Bell," which was hot at this time. It was like, we got someone in the industry. I sang for him and he said, "Do you write music?" I said, "No." He said, "Do you read music?" And I said, "No." He said, "Well, you are musically illiterate." And I was like, oh, okay. So he's like, "Here's what you gotta do. You gotta call this woman Betty Wright." I went to sing for her and she said, "Listen, you can't afford my singing lessons. However, I have a songwriting group that meets up every Tuesday. So Tuesdays after school, I would go to her songwriting group and there would be maybe let's call it like 15 of us. She'd give us an assignment. So it may be like, create a timeless love song. You've got 2 hours in 80s style. Sometimes you got 2 drummers together and you're like, how are we gonna write a song and do all this? But we figured it out because so many amazing talents got their start especially in the Miami area. Yeah, that was kind of a bit of our journey. In high school, I did a summer program at Berklee College of Music in Boston. I remember calling my family and being like, I finally met my people. I feel seen here. Everyone was like a little musical weirdo cutie, and I fully fit in. They had auditions for the school at that time. I can honestly tell you, I had no idea what I was auditioning for, but I was open, and I wound up getting a scholarship to Berklee. So I got that when I was maybe 15 years old, which was amazing, before I had no intentions of going to college. My time at Berklee was explorative. I meant business. I had business cards made that all said myspace.com/Adriana Arce. I would go into my class with like stiletto heels being like, I'm here, baby, and I'm here to shine. I just remember being like, hey, I'm making pop music. Like, who's down to make music? Let's find our collaborators. Let's find producers. Because at this point in my mind, a little delulu, but I felt the only reason I haven't been discovered because I'm so great is because I don't know the business side yet. So I wound up studying music business and taking those classes. So I finished my internships. I graduate Berklee, and I realized from there, my options are LA or New York. I wound up going to LA, and I got a job in the WME mailrooms. There was no way that I was gonna be able to pay my bills. So I also got a job as like a little wedding singer. And I got to WME my first days, and we were working like 16-hour days. I was like, I can't be in the music business, but also commit my responsibilities to the band. It's like, I was so heartbroken. I had to break up with the band. We didn't even get to our first gig, my little wedding singing band. But I was at WME for, I want to say maybe a year and a half, and I was the worst. I had like this bundle of personality, and I just I couldn't do it right. I wasn't answering the phones right. It was just not fitting for me. I was not meant to be an agent. And I just kept telling myself like, just stick it out for a year. Everyone says if you're here for a year, and it was competitive, but I'm a big competitor. And so I was like, I'm here to get what I need to get out of this experience and figure out what other possibilities lie on the other side for me. So when I was looking for jobs, when I was at WME, I didn't know exactly what I wanted. A&R seemed the most natural, but I was interviewing for opportunities and I wasn't getting them. And then this management opportunity opened up. My friend Rupert at the time got this job and he was like, I can't make it. I recommended you. And I was like, great, I'll go have the interview. At the time was a company called Reindeer, and it was run by Larry Rudolph and Adam Lieber. The roster was crazy. It was like Miley and Britney and Travis Scott and GRL and Avril Lavigne and Nicole Scherzinger and just so much amazing talent. And I'm a pop girl, so I was in heaven. I was hired first to be this woman, Melissa Ruderman's assistant, and she was managing Miley Cyrus and Nicole Scherzinger at the time. So I went out of the country with Nicole. She gave me the possibility to just jump in, make my own mistakes, learn from them, and keep it moving. At that time, I didn't fully understand the role of a manager. And I'll be honest, I don't think the role of a manager is really defined, because part of the role of a manager is it's completely undefined. All I knew was I was willing to work very, very hard. I was open to learning. I was a sponge. And I was excited, I was passionate. I felt, because I was an artist before, I almost put all that passion and that creative energy into supporting these artists and being like, this feels really natural for me. I definitely feel management is a marriage. It's a commitment to someone's art, to someone's life, to someone's livelihood too, whether big artists, small artists, or whatever that looks like. I would say my takeaway of what I want my artists to feel is safe, heard, and advocated for and protected. The Long Live Montero tour that we went on, it was Lil Nas X's first tour. Going on the road and having that experience, to have a global mindset in such a beautiful way, brought me a lot of inspiration. As much as tour is very nonstop, there's also just a surrender that happens too that feels really magical. You're going to all these different countries. To have the opportunity to tour and to travel for work is a blessing. To see these fans' faces be impacted, like, it was really inspiring to see the community that was built between everyone that was on tour too. It was a really powerful experience. When I first started at Reindeer, eventually I moved over now to Rebel.
We now interrupt this broadcast for a special announcement.
So a few things have changed since we first spoke, and I officially launched my own company, Arce Entertainment. It's interesting because on my dad's side of the family, my grandmother was a dressmaker and my grandfather was an elevator man in Manhattan. And the CEO at the time passed away and he put my grandpa in his will. Now, my grandparents were very poor, Hispanic, my grandmother being Cuban and my grandfather being Puerto Rican. And they took the funds and they built a real estate company, which was Arce Real Estate at the time. And they built a whole beautiful life for themselves. So being able to keep my family name in a new business too is exciting, inspiring, and I hope to make them proud. I launched it all on the foundation that I really want to support artists from all different industries, all different fields, to be fulfilled making art, to be able to create a living making art, and truly set goals for themselves and support them to achieve them. I feel really strongly that we each have a unique mission, and it looks so differently for all of us, and it's an honor to walk alongside talent, and I really, really want to fulfill that destiny for so many of them too. My advice to anyone looking to get the call is to pick up the phone wherever it leads you. There's so many opportunities, and often in our minds, we have a vision of this is exactly how it's supposed to look. It's going to look in different ways. Listen, there's no rules. No one knows what's right, what's wrong. There's nothing honestly right or wrong. It's simply what's going to be fit for your life and your journey. If you have a burning desire within you, launch something, start something, artistic-wise, business-wise. We have one life, we should feel fulfilled. And if there's a burning desire within us, act on it.